KSJE is supported by San Juan Regional Medical Center, a community-owned and operated hospital. Here for you when you need us. From emergency care to routine checkups and screenings, caregivers are here and ready to provide the safe, high-quality care you need close to home. Online at sanjuanregional.com with the latest health information and resources to help you live life better here. Good morning, everyone. I'm Scott Michlin. Thanks for tuning into KSJE 90.9 FM here in San Juan County, New Mexico. Streaming everywhere on the planet at KSJE.com, and we welcome our viewers who are watching this visual radio program because the video is streaming live out this morning to the KSJE Facebook page, our YouTube channel, and our Twitter account. Coming up in the next few moments, I'm going to be talking with some of the members of the newest search and rescue team here in San Juan County, the Trinity K-9 search and rescue team. That is coming up in the next few moments right here on KSJE, and then later on this hour, I'll be joined with Dr. Brad Scoggins from San Juan Health Partners Pediatrics. He'll be bringing us an update about kids and COVID and vaccines, and maybe an update too on the fundraising efforts for the new pediatric renovations at San Juan Regional Medical Center. That's our conversation later on this hour, about 8:30 here on KSJE. Then next hour, Mick Hess is going to take us roving with the arts. Mick is featuring music from Brahms on the program today, and we invite you to connect with us on our Instagram page in addition to Facebook and YouTube and Twitter. And if you're a podcast person, we invite you to subscribe for free to KSJE's podcast. Wherever you listen to podcasts, you can find them on iTunes and Spotify, iHeart, Google Music, Pandora, and also on Podbean. So check it out and subscribe and take us with you wherever you may happen to go. Maybe you'll discover a new favorite topic and program produced here at KSJE. Outside our studios, a sunny morning so far, and it's going to be a sunny day today in Farmington. Our current temperature is 24 degrees here at San Juan College. We're expecting a sunny day, as I mentioned, with a high today of 46 degrees. Clearing tonight with a low of 19. Partly cloudy on Friday, the high 43 tomorrow, and maybe a chance of some snow showers developing Friday night with a low near 30. More chances for rain or snow showers on Saturday with a high of 48 and a low of 18 before things are mostly sunny again on Sunday with a temperature of 46 degrees. Joining me this morning to talk about the new Trinity K-9 Search and Rescue organization that is just formed here in San Juan County. The president of Trinity K-9 is here in Studio A with me this morning. John Burnett is here. Good morning, and thank you for coming in. Welcome.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
You bet. Good to have you here. Also, the navigator for the organization is Klaus de Dug. Is that close?
It's close enough.
It was close enough for me. But
I've heard it slaughtered all over the place.
Okay, hopefully worse than how I did it.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to have you here, too.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in, both of you. And this is kind of an exciting thing that this is a new organization, as I mentioned. You're a new nonprofit, and you are a search and rescue. And so, John, talk to me a little bit about kind of how this idea came about. You are relatively new to the area, and so in a roundabout way, you found your way here with a couple of dogs, and the rest maybe is a little bit of history?
Yes. So we... When I decided I wanted to work dogs, COVID had come into full swing. I had already bought one dog, and so I basically drove around the country in an RV looking for a place that would wanted to take dogs and work. So Farmington was the first place that had teams that would accept open people. So we moved here, and anyway, one of the teams disbanded, and I figured, what better way? I'll just keep going, and I'll start my own team. And we'll see how that works.
Here you are, and here you are. And so the Trinity K-9 Search and Rescue has now been established, and you will be working with law enforcement in search and rescue operations in the area, I guess, is the goal, correct?
Yes, that's the ultimate goal. Work with the law enforcement partners to just basically help the community and do our part.
Very good. Now I want to talk a little bit about this fundraiser that you all had earlier in the week to honor the remarkable Betty White, who of course was a big supporter of animals and dogs, and so a local tanning salon wanted to do something to help your organization, correct?
Yes, and it actually kind of came about. Mary Ann Reddy knows the owners, and she came to us with the idea. And Mary Ann's awesome. She's part of our organization. She organizes PR events. She really does a lot for us. But she came to us.
We have a picture of her, and there it is. I'm going to show her on the screen right now, right?
Yeah, yes, sir. She came to us with the idea, and Cabana Tans just basically went all out, right? So I show up with the dogs, and they're grilling hot dogs, and everybody's flagging people down. It was actually a really good event and really positive.
That's amazing. And of course, hot dogs. The reason hot dogs because that was a Betty White favorite, right? She talked a lot about how she loved hot dogs.
Yes, she loves hot dogs, and I think Izzy and Raz, the two dogs that were there, were very excited about the hot dogs.
I bet they were. Yeah, any dog would be pretty interested in hot dogs, I would think. So these are two of the dogs that take part in the search and rescues, then?
Yes,
that we're seeing on the screen.
Yes, that's the Izzy on the right. She's a 3-year-old Belgian Malinois, or almost 3.
Okay.
And then the other one is a German Shepherd Malinois mix, and his name is Raz, and he does human remains detection. Izzy actually is going for her certification, her second one.
Gotcha.
At the end of this month, so hopefully that goes well for her.
Okay. And they seem to be quite popular.
Yes.
I would think. Between the hot dogs and the dogs. I mean, I don't know about the humans, but I think those were the big attractions.
Yes. Izzy's quite the crowd drawer. She makes a lot of noise, and she does silly little tricks, and people kind of love her.
There you go. And there's the hot dogs being served up and raised, hopefully, some funds for you all, right, to get off the ground and get going, right?
Yes. It was actually, we did better than expected. And ironically enough, it's going to help us get our tracking software so we can track the people in the field. We're getting ready to start our base camp. So this is really a great kickoff for us.
Very good. And that tracking software sounds like that may be involving Klaus and his job as a navigator. Is that true?
Yes, absolutely. So basically, the tracking software will allow our base camp operator, which is Mary Ann, to watch us live in the field.
I see.
And so she can say, hey guys, do you realize you're veering off to the right or to the north slightly there, and you're leaving a big gap?
Right.
So she can kind of help watch us and make sure that we effectively search our areas.
Got it. Now, Klaus, tell me a little bit about your job as navigator and what that entails. You all were being very patient with me before we came on the air to explain a little bit of how all this works, and it's fascinating. You're relatively new as well to the organization, so you're still learning a bit more about the job as well. But what is it that a navigator would do?
Basically, I work off a grid.
Mm-hmm.
It's, if you imagine a square, and the grid, like, I don't know, let's say 160 yards.
Sure.
And typically we go into the wind, or
Right.
is it away from the wind?
Into the wind.
Into the wind for the dogs. And
Yeah,
that's a
for the
dog
dogs.
thing, right? So they can smell things coming towards them, right, as they
Exactly.
move forward.
And I keep track of the grid while John keeps track of the dogs
Right.
and the wind and everything in between there.
Gotcha. And to do any effective search and rescue, you really have to have a plan, right? I mean, you just can't have, as much as well-meaning folks are well-meaning, they want to go find whatever's going on. You really need to know where you are, where you've already searched, so you're not just going over the same terrain, I suppose.
Exactly.
Got it. And the wind is important, too, and I was surprised to learn about that, but it makes sense, right? If the wind shifts during one of these search and rescue operations, that makes the whole search and rescue kind of shift a little bit when you're using dogs, correct? Because it affects how they operate.
Yes. As we're going through our grid, we're actually kind of always reevaluating our wind. And realistically, though, sometimes you don't get ideal wind. But
True, right.
As the handler, knowing how the scent is coming to the dog and able to put your dog in the best possible location to make a find is what we do, even if the wind is poor. So there was research done, and they were trying to figure out what the how effective search dogs were, and it was done in 2015, and they said they're 76% effective with a good handler. So, and that's pretty good, right? Humans are a little lower than that, so that's pretty good for a dog. But the handler plays a very big part in that, in the sense that we need to put our dogs where the wind is going to be, where the scent is going to be for the dog to find it, because the dog really doesn't know that.
Right, and that's part of their training, I guess, too, right? Is that they are trained to identify these scents and then let you know, I guess, that they have detected what they're looking for.
Yes.
That's another big part of it, isn't it?
Yes, there's actually, I like to divide it up into 3 steps.
Okay, sure.
So, and like I said, dog handlers are all going to disagree with this, but I'd like to do 3 steps. The first step is my dog needs to identify the odor, right? I found a human, and then he needs to go to that human and make sure that that is what he's looking for. So he takes off and he does that, and I don't get to see this part of it. He can go, or my mal's gone a quarter of a mile away from me. And then the second part is I found the person, now he has to come tell me. And I carry my trained final indication. That's what it's called. A trained final indication is a towel I carry on my belt. So she comes back and she has to pull that towel out. So that's the second part. And then the third part is now she has to take me to that person. And if you ever watch her work, when she gets the first part, she goes in a dead run. She doesn't even look at me. When she comes back, if you watch her, she'll run a little bit and she'll stop and turn around to make sure that I'm following her. And the idea behind that is she has to get her reward, which is a ball, she has to take me to wherever that odor happened to be.
Right. And that's an important part of that training, right?
Yes.
To make sure it works. And it's these breeds that tend to do well, right? The German Shepherd and the Belgian Malinois are the 2 breeds that tend to do pretty well with this type of training, this type of work?
Yes. Well,
others may disagree, I suppose, too, right?
Well, any dog, so here's the thing, any dog can do it, right? I always said stub-nosed dogs like boxers and stuff couldn't do it, just because of their nose. It kind of pushes their brain down, and I always thought, they're not good at scent work. And then I found a lady in California that's been running boxers for 20 years and it's very successful, right? It's more about motivation, right? So that all dogs can do it, but you need a dog that has a real high level of motivation, or prey drive, or toy drive, that you can leverage. It's basically leverage, right? We're trading, playing with the ball, so you find me this person and I'll play ball with you for 20 minutes. So that's what you're doing, right?
Gotcha.
So the breeds that excel at it are the ones that have this high level of motivation to basically go out and look for people.
Understood. And you were telling me, too, that these breeds tend to have a little bit more stamina, too, to be able to be out there for maybe longer periods of time in case the search is a longer search.
Yes, I chose Malinois just for the fact that they have a real high level of stamina. One of the searches that we did, I went 10 miles and my dog did 30.
Okay.
And then the very next day, she came home, she slept, we went back out, and we did another 15 miles. So I don't know that I've ever seen her like lay down and just like, I'm done on a search, right?
Right.
She
wants that reward, right? She wants to play with that ball or whatever the case may be. Now, I'm showing some drone video of this. Is this a training?
Yes, this is a training.
Okay.
And
we can kind of see the dog there in the center of the picture, right?
Yeah, and you'll watch her. She's actually coning right there, right? She's looking for the scent. She can smell it, but she doesn't know where it's coming from.
I see. She's trying to hone in on the direction.
You'll see her when she actually smells the person.
Okay.
She'll take off in a dead run.
Gotcha.
And I think it's coming right up here.
Okay.
So she's coning. She's moving back and forth. The wind is actually blowing to her side, right? So she's going across the wind, and that's kind of a natural thing for them. And then when she gets the scent, there she goes.
And then, bam. Right.
So yeah, so now she's running. And if you watch the whole thing, about halfway through this, she loses it and she'll start coning again.
Okay.
So it's really interesting to watch the dogs work.
Sure.
This is a hunting behavior.
Right.
So she lost it, so she stopped running and she turned. There she goes. She has
She
it
got
again.
it again. Right, interesting. And she's far away from you, right? I mean, I don't even know if you can see her from the ground. We can see her from the drone, of course, but on the ground, I don't know if you could even see her at this point.
No, I didn't see her when she walked away, when she went straight, before she even started coning.
Gotcha.
I didn't see her. So
Yeah.
it's an interesting behavior to teach the dogs.
Right. And I can imagine the use of drones can be really helpful in training like this, and to kind of see what you can't see from the ground.
Yes,
As
yes.
they're going out and seeing how they're doing. So it's really amazing. Well, we are just about out of time, gentlemen, and so you are going to be working with law enforcement. They'll be reaching out to you when the need arises and things along that line. You're making yourselves available to law enforcement here locally?
Yes, we are.
Got you. And you're looking for more members maybe, or more donors, or what do you need these days?
Absolutely, we need donations, obviously, to get more equipment, but also people as well. People to hide for the dogs. The more people that the dog smells, right? It's like building a library.
Okay.
And the more smells that the dog gets exposed to, the better she's going to be at being a search and rescue dog. So people just to hide for the dogs. I would love to add some new dog teams, navigators, more dog handlers. Thanks to the American Belgian Malinois Rescue, we've got tons of dogs.
I see.
So we partner with them as well.
Gotcha.
And,
But the training is quite an investment of time and money, though, right? To train these dogs
Yes.
the proper way, and folks should be aware of that too.
Yes. A Belgian Malinois, and that's the reason the rescues are kind of overrun. The Malinois is a very special kind of dog, right? They have to have a job. So if you choose to be a dog handler, it's a pretty big commitment.
Right. And once they're trained, they really want to keep doing what they do, right? They really don't retire that easily, I suppose, right? They want to be active, and they want to be out there pretty regularly.
Yes. So if you decided that you wanted to be a K-9 handler, and then 6 months down the road you've got the dog, it isn't like you can put it in the shed and say, oh, I'm done with it. It's always going to want to do this, and it's always going to be wanting to run around like a crazy lady.
Right.
So you can't just shut it. It just doesn't turn off.
Gotcha. So for folks who are watching us, listening to us this morning, to reach out and find out more or see how they can help, I know you have a Facebook page. That's one way to do it. Is there another way to get a hold of you all?
Yes, we have a website,
Okay.
so they can get us through the website, and I believe on the website my phone number's on there. You can call, text.
Okay. If you want to share that number on the radio, feel free.
Yeah, sure. It's 702-333-8154. Feel free. We'd love to see some new members come in and train some dogs.
Very good. There you go. It is the Trinity K-9 Search and Rescue, the new group here in San Juan County, and it's an amazing project, and amazing dogs, amazing trainers, and a lot of people trying to really help out. And I imagine you'll be in high demand if you haven't been already from law enforcement. So that'll be great. Thank you both for coming in this morning. John and Claude, thank you very much, both of you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it very much. My guest this morning right here on KSJE. KSJE and San Juan College present the Student Success Coaching Tip of the Week.
Hello, my name is Emin Chi. I'm one of the Student Achievement Coaches here at the San Juan College Student Achievement Center. Today we are bringing you Coaching Tips of the Week. First and foremost, make sure you get a college planner. This can be a planner with a creative design, a plain notebook, a wall calendar, or even a small dry erase calendar for your desk that changes each month. A wall calendar or desk calendar is best for double-checking appointments, events, and due dates, while a notebook planner of some sort will be best for planning on the go. Wherever you are, this planner will keep you in check when you're in classes or in a meeting with your advisor. For those of you, if digital works better for you, think about setting up an agenda on your mobile device. This can include your computer, phone, or your tablet. Within that, you can set up reminders for test dates, department events, study times, and assignment due dates.
The Student Success Coaching Tip of the Week, presented by KSJE and the Student Achievement Center at San Juan College. KSJE is supported by the Farmington Civic Center, bringing a full slate of entertainment to Farmington and San Juan County. Dancing with the Farmington Stars, Wednesday, February 19th at 7 p.m. The Farmington Civic Center, 200 West Arrington in downtown Farmington. Find out more online at fmtn.org/shows or at 505-599-1148.